know, Lincoln even says nice. And one of the worst things to do in tournament play is compliment how good the guy is that's owning your ass. Because that's just going to make him feel even better and give him more confidence. You want to you want to make him work for these frags and make him feel like he's having a hard time. So when you eventually do turn on the game and maybe take map control, he's going to think, well, now I've got an even harder job, and you know Lincoln could come back. But 2-0, 4:30.
And we know how easily
Indeed.
it is for the game to turn the tides on DM6, as we've seen already in 2 matches today with Destructive Faz and Samus and Dehang. So cool with another frag here. Still going to keep control of this Mega and be able to keep red. But I mean, it's always possible Lincoln can come back here. There's still 5 minutes to go. He's going to have to try to get the yellows and play hide and seek with the rail for 3 minutes before he's going to be able to get control here.
And look at that. Cooler, since he didn't show up at all for red, he anticipated Lincoln going for rail and lands a rocket right as the weapon's picked up. Hits another one, denies yellow. So Cooler knows that Lincoln has nothing right now. I mean, if we go and take a look at him, yeah, 50 health, and he's got his gauntlet out. So Cooler at this point can just sit back and smoke Cubans because he's dominated the items so strongly in this map to the point where Lincoln can't even get a yellow. And right now Cooler's just looking at the typical hiding spots, and he doesn't have to do anything else to win this, quite frankly.
If Lincoln can string together a few shots, that would be big, but he needs to do it. I mean, he can't do it now. That's the problem. He's got 50 HP again. He's lost yellow. Yellow's not spawning for another 15 seconds. Mega's obviously going to be spawning now. Lincoln should really keep that in its head and then go back to yellow on try and get an attack for Mega on 35 when it respawns. Now, hit one good railgun shot. He can hit a couple more. Red armor the next power up that's up, and that's a great railgun shot onto Cooler. And Lincoln now can actually put down a couple of railgun shots on red. He could get back into this, but Mega's spawning 35. That's where Lincoln needs to be to make something happen. If he doesn't, Cooler's back to 200, 200.
Indeed. And no challenge at all for that red. Now, Cooler doesn't have the position, but he doesn't matter. He's about to get it. Unopposed.
Yeah. And next Mega's 10. But the problem with the next Mega, Lincoln doesn't know the time. There comes a red pickup for Cooler, and he's going to catch Lincoln off guard. And this LG will probably push for a kill with the railgun. He can drop down, but Cooler doesn't want to chase. He just wants to keep item control.
Dominance.
And once he gets the yellow, he's going to go back to Mega and pick it swiftly up on 10, and then head over to red. And I don't think Lincoln's going to be able to reply.
And nice move there. Mega just spawned behind Cooler, and he's going to pick it up. And yeah, honestly, this is just, I mean, this is, I would say, some might call it the problem of DM6, but I would just call it the nature of DM6. Once a player like Cooler gets control, you do not get it back unless he just decides to, like, spam nades onto his own face or something. I mean, at this point, there's nothing. Actually, with that LG, I was actually expecting a rail follow-up as Lincoln was starting to fall down, because he would have moved out of Cooler's crosshair for just a split second. But Cooler just stayed strong with the LG. Nice rails finally coming out from Lincoln.
Yeah,
and the question is,
what, he's given that position on yellow. So now Cooler will get the yellow. He's got Mega timed. So as soon as he makes it over to the yellow, he'll go and attack Mega. As long as he doesn't get round, he's okay. And there we go. He's got over. He's going to drop to Mega.
Look how cautious he is. He finally eats it. But he answers. He backs away. He's got 55 health. It's the first opening for Lincoln. Oh, but it gets shut down. Cooler, with an amazing rail, will secure things. And the nade will deny Mega. Now, he's leaving it up because he... This is actually kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know. He got it. He got it. I'm sorry.
He got it.
For some reason.
But as you mentioned, DM6 is like, it's a big suspense map. It takes a player a good 1 to 2 minutes to get back into the game. Nice railgun finish there from Cooler, but it will take a good player a good amount of time to get back to a chance where they can start pushing against the player in control. But Lincoln's been a bit obvious. His his routes and his basically game style on the defense, Kula's very accustomed to it. He put nothing creative there. He was too obvious, and Kula was just like, well, I'll just play like a robot, and then eventually I'll win because I've got more health than armor.
Right. Yeah, it's just been pure dominance. There's nothing that Lincoln could do. Despite the amazing rails that we have seen from Lincoln for most of the map, which have kind of disappeared in this last couple of minutes, and we've actually seen them from Cooler instead. You know, it takes so many rail shots to deal with someone who's got full control on this map, and it's the kind of thing where opportunities like this, now Lincoln will finally get a frag because he finally pressed in for one of these items. I mean, we haven't really seen Lincoln decidedly challenge for any serious big item for a long time, and that'll be it. 10-2 is the final score for that one. 32% overall for Cooler. Railgun as his best weapon. Lincoln 34% best weapon. Lightning gun. Interesting. I mean,
but do you know what Cooler would say about that? Do you know if you ask Cooler like how much time and control he had, he'd say on DM6 I had 9 minutes and 9 minutes and 48 seconds of control. And then he just got bored in the last 15 seconds, and that's why Lincoln. And then if you asked him the same thing on T9, he had, 8 minutes of control. And you got to understand that Cooler doesn't have the best aim in the world. He has probably the best dodging, and he's real smart. But Lincoln does have one of the best aims. So he's just dominated. He's literally kind of, woken Lincoln up, put his socks and shoes on, put him in the school bus, and then drove the school bus himself to school, dropped him off, and later he's going to pick him back up and take him for candy or something, because he's just been in control of Lincoln that whole game. He has absolutely schooled him. And Lincoln is so good as a player, as an aimer, for Kuda to be able to beat him that dominantly, it means that he's really is here to play for that first place finish. And I think that despite the game not being that close and that kind of big of a tension game to watch, it does mean that Kula's here to win. Just that performance to me is enough to say that he's gonna definitely make top 4 minimum. Top 4 would be disappointing.
I think this shows more about how good Cooler is right now, more than Lincoln and his play. It shows Cooler has been practicing a lot, since the last event. He really wants to have a good showing here, and he wants to show that he could be the best, just like he was before. So it looks like he'll be the first player out of his group. And as an update, in 5 minutes, Faz and Toxic will be going live. The winner of that will be advancing into the next group, and the loser will be going home. And then Avec and Fox is supposed to go live in about 10 to 15 minutes. So maybe we could try to get Faz and Toxic first map, and then switch over to Fox and Avec when they go live.